Well, Tyler, I don't know if you know this about me, but I like history. I know I teach math, but I like history too.
Yeah, I think
And
I know that.
one of the things that always gets me excited is reading about a new kingdom or an empire and all the magnificence, all the uproar, and everything that goes along with it. When you look at, say, World War One, World War Two, when something eventful happens, when some government or empire becomes a new government, new empire, takes a new action, starts a new war,
Yeah.
everybody knows about it.
Mhm.
It's all publicized, it's out there for
Revolution.
everybody.
Yeah.
But what amazes me is when I look at Jesus' kingdom, the kingdom we're a part of, when we look at when it enters, there's nothing but silence.
Mhm.
What stands out to you about Jesus' kingdom then, compared to all of these earthly kingdoms with all their publicity and grandstanding and all of that?
I think the first thing is just how odd it is, considering the magnitude of God. You always hear the comment made today that God is an egomaniac. And it's like, well, if that's true, he obviously operates a little bit differently than you would imagine an egomaniac. I can't remember where I read it. I think it was somewhere in one of Timothy Keller's books, but he said he had gone to a show to see the Blue Angels. Is that like the Jet group or whatever?
I think so, yeah.
They do like tricks and stuff. Okay, so he went to go see the Blue Angels, and it was an amazing show, and they flew down into the middle of a coliseum or whatever, and they exited their jets, and they have like these shiny outfits, and they look great, and the fanfare and everything. He's like, that's the way Jesus should have came, right?
Yeah.
With all of that hullabaloo. But he doesn't. Like, that's not how the Son of God does it. And I just think it shows the divine origin of it, because that's exactly what a man would do. But he didn't do that,
Mm-hmm. And I think it also emphasizes the difference in purpose.
Mm-hmm.
God could have, when Jesus was born, proclaimed across the entire Jewish nation or across the entire world, this is my son. He's going to be your king. Take care of him. But instead, he grew up in this humble carpenter's family.
Mm-hmm.
And his kingdom didn't even enter until he was over 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And when it did enter, it wasn't a kingdom here.
No.
It wasn't something that was meant to prop him up.
Yeah.
Instead, his kingdom is what props us up.
Yeah. And so, thus his sayings that it would start like a mustard seed. The kingdom of God is like leaven that a woman hid into a few measures of flour.
Mm-hmm. And that kingdom, one final thing I thought about it was, that kingdom that has none of this pride and arrogance and overwhelming sense of self, that kingdom is the farthest spread kingdom that has ever been on this earth.
Amen. Amen.